A tantalizing claim is sweeping across social media feeds, wellness podcasts, and it suggests a simple homemade drink can unlock two of the most sought-after biological processes, regenerating your body's own stem cells and incinerating stubborn body fat. The recipe, often a blend of green tea, fresh ginger, zesty lemon, and aromatic cinnamon, is presented as a revolutionary secret to vitality and weight loss. Influencers and even some health personalities champion its alleged powers. Creating a storm of viral content that leaves many wondering if this could be the natural miracle they have been waiting for. The promises are grand, touching on the very foundations of aging and metabolism. And they demand our careful attention. The core idea is incredibly appealing. What if you could simply sip your way to a younger, leaner body? The claim suggests that specific compounds within these common kitchen ingredients can directly communicate with your cells, instructing them to rejuvenate and burn fuel more efficiently. This narrative taps into a deep-seated desire for control over our own health and a preference for natural solutions over pharmaceutical interventions. But as with any claim that sounds too good to be true, we must pause and ask a critical question. Does the rigorous peer-reviewed science actually support these extraordinary statements, or has the enthusiasm outpaced the evidence? This essay will carefully dissect the research to find the truth. The allure of this stem cell drink is rooted in its simplicity and the perceived safety of its all-natural ingredients. We know these foods are generally good for us. Green tea is praised for its antioxidants. Ginger is a classic remedy for nausea. Lemon provides vitamin C, and cinnamon is a beloved spice. This familiarity makes the leap to miraculous health benefits seem smaller and more plausible. People share anecdotes, but personal experience is not a substitute for scientific proof. To understand the viral claims, we must first appreciate how scientists investigate these natural compounds. Much of the foundational research begins in a laboratory, a setting far removed from your kitchen. In these in vitro studies, researchers isolate specific cells, such as stem cells or fat cells, and place them in a petri dish. They then introduce a highly concentrated form of a compound, like epigallocatechin gallate from green tea, and observe the cellular response. This method allows direct cause and effect in a perfectly controlled environment, free from the countless variables inside a living organism. These studies are essential for forming initial hypotheses about how a substance might work. The next step often involves in vivo studies, typically using animal models like mice or rats. Scientists can administer precise, high doses to see system-wide effects: body weight, fat composition, blood markers, even tissue-level activity. For instance, one group might receive a concentrated ginger extract to test prevention of weight gain or changes in fat cells. Animal studies show metabolism and distribution, but they are not a perfect proxy for human biology. The crucial distinction lies between early-stage research and what happens when a person consumes a drink. When you drink a cup of tea, compounds must survive stomach acid, pass the intestinal wall, and undergo processing by the liver. This journey significantly reduces the amount that reaches your tissues, a fundamental gap overlooked in wellness marketing. A high-concentration lab finding does not mean that a beverage will have the same effect. The dose makes the poison, or the medicine. A single homemade drink contains small quantities compared to potent, purified concentrations used in labs. Understanding dose, study type, and whether findings are replicated in human trials is the first step in evaluating dramatic claims. The ingredient most frequently cited in the stem cell regeneration claim is green tea, specifically due to its most abundant catechin, epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG. In laboratory settings, EGCG has demonstrated fascinating properties related to stem cells. Certain in vitro studies show EGCG applied to mesenchymal stem cells can promote their survival, proliferation, and influence differentiation, bone, cartilage, fat cells. Other lab research suggests EGCG can guide neural stem cells toward specific neuron types. These findings form the seed of the viral claim. However, concentrations in experiments are often hundreds or thousands of times higher than what reaches your bloodstream after tea. Polyphenols have low absorption and rapid metabolism, resulting in very low peak plasma levels, making lab-level effects via diet highly improbable. Some point to cancer stem cell studies. Indeed, EGCG is explored for inhibiting cancer stem cells in lab and animal research. But do not confuse oncology mechanisms with regenerating healthy stem cells for anti-aging. The contexts are different, and evidence remains preliminary. EGCG is not a standard cancer treatment due to dosage and delivery challenges, so while basic science is real, there is no clinical evidence that a green tea drink regenerates stem cells throughout your body. The fat-burning aspect often centers on two spices: ginger, cinnamon. Ginger contains bioactive compounds, gingerols and shogaols, studied for thermogenesis and brown fat activation. Brown fat burns calories to generate heat, like turning up your body's internal furnace. Animal studies show high-dose ginger extracts can reduce body weight and improve metabolic profiles in high-fat diet models. Cinnamon is investigated for metabolism, mainly blood sugar control and insulin sensitivity, reducing glucose stored as fat. In vitro and animal data suggest browning of white fat. Small human trials are inconsistent and often use concentrated extracts. Dosage matters, 1 to 2 grams in studies versus a pinch or a few slices in a cup. One of the most critical concepts is bioavailability, how much of a consumed compound reaches your bloodstream to act on tissues. Many polyphenols are potent in a dish or test tube but poorly absorbed and rapidly metabolized when consumed. EGCG often has less than 1 to 2% absorption, then is quickly altered by the liver. Lab studies bypass digestion and deliver high concentrations directly to cells, not comparable to sipping tea. Animal dosing methods still do not mimic human metabolism perfectly. Researchers explore delivery boosts, nanoparticles, piperine, proving that bioavailability is the major obstacle. After stripping away the hype, what is realistic? Modest benefits, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory support, mild thermogenesis, potential small help with blood sugar. A review of human trials found high-concentration green tea over 12 weeks yielded about 0.2 to 3.5 kilograms more weight loss versus placebo. Statistically significant, but modest. This is not stem cell therapy nor a dramatic fat burner on its own. These drinks work best as part of healthy habits: diet, movement, sleep, and stress management. Be wary of stretch science. Look for human clinical trials, not only cell or animal data. Personal anecdotes are not substitutes for data. Enjoy the drink for what it is: warm, hydrating, antioxidant rich, and place your faith in proven holistic habits.